Hello and welcome to the Happiness Is podcast with me, your host, Bruce Aitchison. A very special podcast, short and sharp, just like the GB7s, with four of the world's finest GB7s joining us from their hotel in Hong Kong. Let's waste no time and bring them in. They're quite chirpy and quite cheeky today, so let's see what they've got to say. Hello, gentlemen.
You all right? All right.
Hello.
Yeah, very well. Let's start from my left. So, Patrick, let's start with you, and we'll go along the line with a little intro. So, tell us your name, where you're from, and your favourite World Series Sevens memory.
Hiya, Paddy Kelly. I'm from Inverness, and my favourite stop is probably Cape Town.
Your favourite World Series memory?
Memory.
Oh, that's Cape Town as well. Is Mr.
I'll just be in Cape Town. Yeah.
Just being in Cape Town, right? We'll take that. Thank you, Patrick.
I'm Freddie Roddick. I'm the English representative in this weird foursome we're having.
Whoa! I'm here as well. There's five of us.
Sorry, I'm being outnumbered here. And my favourite stop is probably Dubai.
No memories either.
I'll give you the second week of Dubai in 2021, where I lasted about a minute and 4 seconds or something.
Good for you.
So that's a good memory, even though I don't remember much of it.
There's so much in that statement that could lead to all kinds of nonsense. He lasted a minute and 4 seconds. There are more questions coming out of that statement than any I've ever had on the podcast. Let's move swiftly on.
I'm Kaleem Barretto. I'm from Dundee, and my favourite memory is probably my debut at Twickenham in front of a packed crowd.
Come on, old man.
Yes, I'm Robbie. I'm from Ayr originally, and my favourite memory is probably playing quarter-final against South Africa in Cape Town, packed out, 60,000 in the stadium. One of the best experiences to run out to, I think.
Class. Love it. Two Cape Towns in there. Nobody's mentioned Hong Kong. What's wrong with Hong Kong?
I've kind of got
Robbie
awful
hates
memories,
it.
if I'm honest.
Robbie hates it.
Started at the 10s, which was blurry, and then the next 2 years I've always been injured in Hong Kong, and I've not played overly well. And then most recently was our first event with GB in Hong Kong, which had very highs and very deep lows as well. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag for me, Hong Kong, to be honest.
That must be good for captaincy, though, learning from that. Ready to go this weekend?
Yeah, I think so. So we certainly seem in a good place at the minute as a group. We've kind of been improving tournament on tournament. And we hopefully kickstart at second last game on. We're obviously in the host Hong Kong's pool, so it should be a good atmosphere. We're second last game on at 8 o'clock and playing Uruguay in our first game. So a good opportunity to get off to a good start there and then play the host first thing on Saturday morning as well.
Class. Paddy, what's it like having captain, coach and mate in the team?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Roommate
as well. No, it's good. Me and
He's got media on me.
well, he went media first. You were just media for 5 minutes.
Sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. Me and Rob go way back. Played a lot of rugby together, so it's quite funny. Kind of the different teams that you've played for together when you look back on it, from kind of London Scottish, Glasgow, Scotland Sevens, and then GB7s. So, no, I wouldn't change it for anything. It's good fun.
Nice.
Do you two need to hug this out?
Not yet. When we're off camera, we'll be fine.
Well, yeah. Kaleem, what's it like? You're a long way from Dundee, my man.
Certainly. It's pretty cool. Good environment to be in. I guess traveling the world's part of it, isn't it? So it makes it all the more exciting.
Who's the worst in the airport?
Worst in the airport? In what way?
Well, there's the sleeper, there's the one that can't sit still, there's the one that you have to get out the McDonald's queue because it's time to check in. That's
a tough one. Yeah, Ross McCann, Chopper takes up a lot of space. Bardo's known for a bit of dribbling, and then Appy takes up quite a bit of room. So I don't know. Maybe Sean Lamont actually could be in amongst there.
Sean Lamont, within GB, we've not got the world's greatest Umbro kit. It was very thrown together last minute. So we had just these bright orange Umbro t-shirt, no branding. I sit next to him coming home from somewhere. He's gone and taken the scissors to this T-shirt and made it like a big open vest. So like I'm sitting next to him. He's got armpit out, side boob hanging out of this thing. And I'm sitting next to him for 8 hours. Big man sweating. Minging. Absolute minging.
I remember watching Sean Lamont of Hong Kong Sevens with the bleach blonde hair. Is he encouraging that kind of behaviour?
He's much more straight and narrow now. The blonde hair and the orange sticky mitts are long behind him, I think.
I think there's a Legends match today at 5 o'clock at the 10s. And I've been trying to get him to play in it, but he's backed out. He's got no backbone anymore, honestly.
He's changed. There's a bit of a gang here. There's a Scottish gang. What's it like being the English rep?
It's tough because normally there's more English, if I say it, but
he's Scottish qualified.
He's got Edinburgh.
No, I'm not.
He's got Scottish. Edinburgh tattooed on his body. He's got Edinburgh coordinates tattooed on his body.
All of this is
he wants to be
is
Scottish.
right?
He just wants to be Scottish. He just couldn't get picked. That was all.
It's tough. It's tough work. You hear it just there, but yeah, this is the first time I think we've had more Scots than English, so I'm slightly worried what that could mean. So I don't think it bodes too well, but it's that's all right. I've been behind enemy lines myself, so I'm used to it.
What's it like when they get angry? Can you understand what they're saying? Can you understand Robbie's team talks when he gets a bit passionate?
Robbie, no, not at all. Yeah, straight, just gibberish. These two I can just about get, but Robbie's probably the worst of them. Then Max Farman's Scottish accent's slightly. Yeah,
his Scottish accent's from way west. he's way west. How is Max? I worry about him.
So do we.
We all do. He's kind of forgotten his age, to be honest. There's a bit of a not really a nationality divide, more of an age divide in the camp. Myself and Patrick are sort of more. Well, Paddy's books, I'm more TV, and then the young boys are all Mario Kart, and Max is wired into the Mario Kart. It's actually his console, so we've lost him a little bit to that, to be honest.
Does he pack a console?
Yeah.
He is a small child, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 30 years old, and he packs his Nintendo Switch to come away with him.
Am I right in saying he's fluent in Russian?
He is, but he's not done it in a while. He'd say he wasn't, but he can pick it up pretty quickly, yeah.
How does that accent go?
Freddie, you keep back.
I'm good.
So you're in Hong Kong, an amazing city. There's pictures all over social media, people wandering around. What have you enjoyed doing in Hong Kong? Paddy, I hear you're social secretary.
Yeah, it's been a strong start. We've obviously been training hard the first 2 days, but Tuesday night we got down to Temple Street Markets. Robbie's recommendation was very good. You lose a few of the boys if they've got to walk more than 5 minutes. So there's about 4 of us left standing for the rest of the night. But that was good. Had a wee wander down there. And then we went up to the big Buddha, Tian Tam Buddha this morning, which was good. We got some sunshine and saw the sights, really. Yeah, it was a good morning.
It's nice you've been allowed out, because I can remember hearing stories of Sevens players being told they had to spend all their time lying down and take their feet off. This game is pretty stupid, Kaleem. Like, why on earth are you playing Sevens? I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's probably just the most exciting format of the game, isn't it? And it brings people in for that reason. It is obviously tough to play in, but it's much more exciting and palatable for, I guess, the worldwide audience. Not just for those, maybe not just for those who are fully invested in rugby, but I guess I've got a lot of family in that who aren't hugely into the game, but Sevens they love. So for exactly those reasons.
There's one whole stand of people that couldn't give a rat's ass what's happening on the pitch at Hong Kong. So I get what you mean. What's it like scoring a try in a packed stadium, Kaleem?
Tough to answer. I haven't scored too many, but
so humble, isn't he? So humble. Look at him.
Not only is he humble, but he's used palatable. You are skyrocketed to the top of the favourites chart.
That's the next guess. Yeah, let's go.
Freddie, there's a big English contingent in Hong Kong. They like to start singing and get behind their team. They've not got England. Do you think that can transfer across to GB, or is everybody behind GB?
I'm hoping so. I think I remember from the November tournament was our first one as GB. There was a lot of "Go on England" to these boys and Sean's disgust. I think, yeah, but I'm sure we'll see a lot of support. Yeah, we're all the same, really.
We're all the same. Yeah. Now, Hong Kong tends to be, I think the tagline used to be where the world comes to play. Everybody's there. Greg Laidlaw's there. Big Jim never misses a chance. Kelly Brown's there. There's all sorts floating around. Who have you bumped into and thought that's going to be me in 10 or 15 years' time?
Rab.
Well, Robbie, head coach, to be honest. So probably morning at breakfast.
Oh dear.
Robbie, you're the man. That must be the future, isn't it?
Yeah, the man. No, I don't know yet. We're just trying to go from season to season. I'm just loving playing at the minute. It's been good fun with this group. It's been kind of different, and I don't think any of us really knew what to expect with this GB thing coming together, and there was a lot of reservations around it. And I think the longer it goes, the tighter we sort of become as a group, and it becomes more natural for us. And I think we're all sort of in a very similar boat coming together. So no, I'm enjoying the playing aspects just now, and dabbling a little bit, coaching some of the girls' stuff as well. It's been interesting and certainly a different perspective on it. But it's all good fun at the minute.
What's it like travelling back and forward? Is it like an international where we see lots of supporters on the street waving to the buses, or are you zipping through the streets at 100 miles an hour?
We're on a tiny little minibus really flying through the streets. I don't think most people are too far gone, I think, to see us going through the streets at that stage. But usually you come up the hill, and when you go down that hill and round the corner into the stadium, the streets are usually packed with people sort of walking in. So you get the odd wave and whatnot here, which is slightly different to other tournaments. But we're pretty zipping through the middle, to be honest. I think we usually get a wee bit of an escort as well if there's any traffic. So we fly through it pretty quick.
Freddie, how's training going? Have you had a hit out against any other countries?
Yeah, we hit out yesterday against South Africa, which was always tasty. I think they'd only just got off the plane the day before, so they took it a bit easy on us. But yeah, no, it's all good. Just like final finishing touches. But yeah, pretty good. We're in a good spot. So just captain's run tomorrow, and then fly into it on Friday. So yeah, it's I think preparation's been pretty smooth so far.
How do you mean it gets a bit tasty? Is it full blown? Is it, we're just playing a tie? Have you got a referee there?
Yeah, so we had a ref. But yeah, I think you call it scrag, but I think like depending on who you're playing against, it can go either way. Like it can be very touch maybe against the Spanish, and then we had the Samoans in Hamilton, and that was chaos. I think like my ribs got rearranged 3-4 times. So yeah, it does depend. I think the South Africans were somewhere in the middle, which was quite nice. But I guess with them, it could have been more to that Samoan end of the scale as well. If they'd had a couple more days preparation. But yeah, it can definitely go two ways.
Paddy, who's the one in the GB squad that always takes it too far?
Probably this man, Freddie.
He sat next to me.
We had to explain what wee man syndrome is. These two. There's some good rivalries in the squad, which keeps everyone on the toes. Who takes it too far? These two, yeah.
Mostly.
Maybe Ethan Waddleton can take it too far in different ways, but yeah.
In different way, you can't drop that bomb and then walk away.
You bring on yourself.
That's a shocker. I'm going to bail you out of that one, and we're going to move on. Robbie, how do you organise that, Mr. Coach? How do you organise a hit out?
Usually, we're all in the same hotel as men's teams, so usually by the time post-tournament, the draw for the next tournament's done, so you know who you've got in your pool. So usually the coaches will try and get together, be like, we're going to, say, Toulouse next. So once we finish up in Singapore, we'll know who our pool is. You know who you don't want to hit out with, anyone in your pool. And then all the coaches know each other pretty well. They'll drop each other a message being like, you're still keen for a little run around on Tuesday in that week and whatnot. And it's all kind of informal. And you just get your pitch bookings and you just tie up with each other. So it's fairly informal, just done off the back of finishing the previous tournament. You might give someone a heads up. Are you guys available? Most teams want to do it that first week, so it's usually fairly straightforward.
Kaleem, have you made any buddies with people from other teams?
I wouldn't say necessarily buddies. No, you're friendly around the hotel and stuff. I guess you see them so regularly, so you become a bit more familiar with them. I guess there's a few. I guess Samoans, we've got few connections like Etty and stuff who played back in Scotland, and then you tend to like see them around. So not necessarily too friendly. You don't mix with them too much, but yeah, smiley faces all around.
Who's the members of the coffee club and the GB squad?
The secret coffee club or the general coffee club?
Oh, okay. I'm sensing some tension here. Who's in the secret coffee club? I'm guessing Paddy Kelly's in the secret coffee club.
Yeah, he's probably one of them. I think it was a thing where Paddy, Rab, what was the story where you guys went out?
Nah,
No, that was Twickenham.
that was Twickenham. No, in New Zealand, we used to do a thing called Bring the Joy in the morning. And basically, it was to get all the boys together in the morning before breakfast. So, like, day one, we were like, right, everyone got together. We walked to a coffee shop. Absolutely fine. Everyone went for coffee. You're all tired, wakes up jet lag. Day two, Bring the Joy. And we'd kind of lost track of ideas. So it was my group in charge of it. So we just drop a message in the WhatsApp. Boys, we're off for a coffee. Just meet us down there. Because I was up early, other boys were up early, and then all of a sudden Secret Coffee Club was born. Some boys got salty, some boys got left behind. It was just the usual, you know what I mean? It's just lack of planning sometimes.
Like leadership, I don't know what you want to call it.
That's a big call when he's not just captain, but he's coach.
Yeah.
He does. He's not coach. We just clarify that. He's not coach. He's not helped at any point this year. He does a little bit of the girls and their kicking technique, and that is it. It's an excuse to get another 0 on his contract. We all know it. I've settled it.
You can see the wee man syndrome doesn't take much to kick in. He gets right fired.
He's like Scrappy Doo. He's come out punching. I love it. I love it. Well done, Scrappy. Freddie, what's the target for the weekend?
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, we've got 2 sort of tough games against Uruguay and Hong Kong first, and hopefully we win those, which we probably expect to and look to do. Then it sets up a final game against France, and we know we can beat them. So quarterfinals is we've now hit, so that's sort of the marker for us. But yeah, I'd love to be in another quarterfinal again, and hopefully we can get the right result that time. But you don't want to talk yourself up too much because we've lost to Uruguay here before, and Hong Kong look pretty good. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
3 very different teams. Can you change your tactics from tie to tie when you've got so little time between?
Yeah, we prepared during the week beforehand. Sorry, Freddie. I think
No, I was letting you.
Before you divulge all the details on what we're doing. But yeah, we do. It'll be. Yeah, we've got a game plan for all 3 games. Ultimately, you do just focus on yourself and what we try and do in attack and defense and kick off. But beyond that, you do have small bits of detail to take into each game.
Nice. Love it. Gentlemen, it's been class to speak to you, but I know you've got Mario Kart to go and play. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get each of you to finish a sentence. Now, Robbie's an old hand at this. He's been on the podcast before, so he might know it's coming. Yeah, Robbie's a regular. So you've got to finish the sentence. So for me, happiness is egg-shaped. For you, Paddy Kelly, happiness is?
Hong Kong.
Nice. Well played. Well played. We're live. We've lost Kaleem. Freddie, for you, happiness is?
English.
Oh no. Kareem. Well played, Freddie. Kareem's now speechless. Kareem, for you, happiness is?
7s.
Tell you what, there's a lot of media training going into this squad. Rob, happiness is?
Happiness is rooming with Paddy Kelly.
Yeah.
There you go. I tell you what, there's a lot of people who'd say that. If you lot want to do a fundraiser, that's it. Happiness is rooming with Paddy Kelly. Put that in an auction. Put that in an auction.
Be interested anyway.
Go cheap.
Gentlemen, brilliant to see you. Thank you so much. All the best in Hong Kong, and hopefully I'll speak to you soon.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Love those guys. How good. On the World Series, have a watch this weekend, and hopefully GB quarterfinal and further. Got to love those 4. They'll be back again, I'm sure. In the meantime, you can catch us on Apple, Acast, and Spotify. You can watch on Facebook and YouTube. Hopefully, we'll see you all again. My name is Bruce Aitchison, and my happiness is egg-shaped. Look after yourself.